Okay, after Coach, we're going to have Daron Sharp, Kerwin Walton, and Leaky Black.
Isaac Shade.
Coach, congrats on the win. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you.
Coming into the game, you guys had 18 turnovers in 4 of the last 5 games and 4 before the under-16 timeout today, but then only had 4 more the rest of the game for a season low 8. What did it mean to hang on to the ball?
Well, it was probably the 2 biggest factors in the game that we didn't turn the ball over like we had been doing. And as you said, I thought we had 5 about that first 6 or 8 minutes. But and then the second thing is our job on the backboards and second chance points for us. But it's easy to do. I guess I just threatened them how much we were going to run if we kept turning the ball over. So it's pretty easy to figure out. They'll tell you I'm not joking. That's the truth.
CL Brown.
Hey, Coach. With Kerwin, obviously he brings shooting to the lineup, but what areas did he have to improve in the most to be able to be in a position to help you guys, like to be on the court enough to help you? He did today.
Well, I think the biggest thing is he's trying to get better on the defensive end of the floor, and he's trying to do that every day. I've been telling him for a couple of weeks that he's getting a little bit better and a little bit better and a little bit better. The defensive performance that we had in Raleigh against North Carolina State necessitated changing some things, and we were struggling putting the ball in the basket. And I think that Kerwin and Puff and Andrew, all 3 of those guys do some good things shooting the ball. So we've gotten each of the 3 of a little more playing time, even though Andrew played probably the best defensive game, or at least the top 2 defensive games against North Carolina State. But there's a lot of things going on out there. And, you know, we got to lose ourselves into the team, got to lose yourself into the game. And we do have I'm comfortable playing 10 guys. I really am, but I'd be a heck of a lot more comfortable if all 10 of them played well. And but Kerwin, to answer the question, he's getting a little bit better and a little bit better defensively. He doesn't take bad shots, and probably, and I've told him this, I recruited him because of his shooting ability. I'd like him to shoot a little bit more, but he's doing a great job of not taking bad shots.
Thanks, Coach.
Brett Friedlander, you're next.
Yeah, Roy, I know you like to say things always look better when the ball goes in the basket, but how much better do things look with an ACC win to kind of get you off the schneid there?
I think that was good, you know, and to think about it, guys, some of you old timers remember, and if not, you remember me saying it, but my first year as an assistant coach here, we won 5 games where the other team had the last shot to win 5 times and missed all 5. Last year, I think we had 6 games that the other team made the last shot to win the game. So the difference between winning and losing is so slight. And, you know, Leaky made a great drive to the basket and scored, and then we got to stop on the other end. You know, last year that ball kept going in, so I'm hopeful that it'll even out last year. But it's a good feeling right now. There's no question. The kids feel good about what they did, and we made a couple of big dumb mistakes down the stretch. One of our turnovers was like a minute and a half to go, and you can't turn the ball over in the last 4 minutes. And we had some bad communication on a couple of switches against Nate, and Nate was fantastic. I tried to recruit him very, very hard, and he's 7 for 11 from 3-point line. That's impressive to be 6'9" or 6'10".
And then could you address Daron and the way he took the game over in the second half and really led that comeback?
Well, he did. He played very well. He's very active. He's a load around the basket. And I'm stunned that I look and he only had 9 rebounds. I thought he had 15. But I did tell him I don't need him to be 9 for 19. I think he's good enough to be efficient and go 9 for 12 or 9 for 13. But he was a man in there, and they got in a little foul trouble. Juwan got fouls early, and, you know, without Wirtz, that's another guy that's a player for them. Their numbers weren't very good. Michael's been very unlucky. I think a couple of years ago he lost Bonzi and a couple of other guys. They've had some injury factors over the years, but Lefesky almost shot us out, and then Hub was really big in the second half.
Thank you, Roy. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Jeremiah.
Oh, yes. Once again, congratulations on the win, Coach. Of course, the last couple of games, there have been some slight lineup changes. So I just wanted to ask you, what is the strategy when making these changes, and what differences or maybe even similarities have you seen since mixing it up a little bit?
Oh, I don't know. You know, if you're losing, and we lost at North Carolina State, and I did not think we played well. State kicked our butts in every way, so I wanted to do something. So we made the change. I wasn't going to just do it for one game, and then it's no big deal, but it's almost funny. Now, RJ was about, what would you guys say, 35 seconds? 35 seconds late coming into the locker room before the game. So I took him out of the starting lineup and put in Caleb. And then I told him a lie. Said Michael Jordan was never freaking late. And then before the game started, I remembered that Michael was late in New York one time. I'll get cursed to look it up, but he got caught in traffic and we didn't start him that night either. So I told RJ, now I'm comparing you to Michael Jordan. That's a pretty good place to be. But so that was the other one that would not have changed. If RJ hadn't been late, he would have stayed at the point guard as well. But things happen. And as a coach, you know, the end of the possession there at the end, I wanted to get Andrew in for Kerwin. I probably would have gone small if they had Derwin out of the game. But Juwan was still in the game, so we played two big guys, and we were fortunate at the end.
Mike
Yeah,
Topper?
I'm sorry. Can I ask one more quick follow-up? I noticed that Walton and Sharp have increased their scoring since they have been put in the starting lineup. So can you talk just specifically about those two and what you noticed from them in this role?
Who did you say? Which two?
Kerwin.
Ron and Kerwin?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, it's think about this. In the game we played against Georgia Tech, the three guys that did not start, Garrison, Leakey, and Caleb. Leak, was I not right? And I told you guys, those three played the most minutes. So it's not just who starts. Think that the three guys that I didn't start played more minutes than the other guys. So what I like to say is that when you're given opportunities, take advantage of those opportunities. Kerwin is playing about 12, 14 minutes a game until the last three games, and he's played more because we do need somebody else that can put the ball in the basket. And they're loading up on him. I mean, everybody on the other team, their staff screaming, shooter, shooter, shooter. And that's where he's doing such a great job of not taking bad shots. We can help him out more by recognizing that we got him getting more shots.
Thank you.
We got time for about two more, and then the players are going to come in. So Mike Topper and then Kip Coombs will go last.
Hey, Coach, good to see you. Listen, I know you want to work inside out, but after the last couple of games, Andrew and Leakey kind of made it clear that they were not happy about how you guys were feeding or how they were feeding the big men. What did you make of your post play today? And obviously, Dayron played well, but just how they were feeding the ball to your bigger guys.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about, Andrew and Leakey not being happy by me saying them throw the ball in the post, because frankly, my dear, I don't care what the hell they think. But I'll talk to them, and I don't think that they're going to say that they were unhappy about throwing the ball to Dayron or Armando or Garrison. And I've got Leakey in the room. Leakey, am I misrepresenting you? Not at all. So
It was
understand
after the Tech
that.
game.
What's that?
I apologize, Coach. It was after the Georgia Tech game there.
Okay, it's after the Georgia Tech game. They're still not going to complain about throwing the ball into the post. They're not dumb.
I apologize. They weren't complaining that they had to. They just thought that they weren't doing it enough.
Okay, we're all right, because I was getting ready to tell y'all to
No.
go
Coach,
back
no.
to fucking first grade and read your dadgum notes or something. Okay. No, they should throw the ball inside. Armando's shooting 74%. Garrison shooting 47. Dayron was shooting 57. Walker Kessler was shooting 60. My guys aren't dumb. They may make a mistake or something, but they're not dumb. But I don't know what your question was, but I'll tell you that Leakey stunk it up the next to last defensive possession. Took his eye off the ball, and his guy laid it up. And in the huddle, I said, all right, you made a bad play. Now make a great one. Is that right, Leak? All right, so you can ask him about the great play he made driving the ball to the basket. Is that it, guys? Or you got one more?
Last one, Kip.
Okay.
Yeah, Roy, thank you. The last defensive possession, it looked like you wanted to overplay to keep the ball away from Hub and also away from Leshevsky. Fair estimate?
Well, you think about it, our most experienced defensive players in the game were Leakey and Garrison, and they're our two best defensive players. That doesn't mean they play the best every possession, but they're our two best defensive players. And Leakey had Hub, and Garrison had Lefesky. And I think that what we tried to do is get them to spend some time in the backcourt so they didn't rush it down and have a few more seconds. And we almost made a nice play on the full court defense kind of thing. But again, those two guys, and we had Andrew in, another experienced guy. Dayron slides his feet really well. And who else did I have in the game? RJ? Okay. So I think we just tried to make them use some time in the backcourt. And again, we had our two most experienced players guarding their two scorers.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, guys.
All right, Leaky, you're up.